explain that.
I love the way just as it went, you're live, you just go, check. Oh no.
It's okay. It's okay.
Bad form. I'm wondering, we're live now. Wondering, should we color grade us a little bit?
Oh, you want the EC3 as well?
There's discos. 8mm film? No. Documentary? No. Sepia? No. Silver screen? No. Sketch? No. We could do the episode like Take On Me. And the top 1%.
Could you hear that?
Yeah.
Through the headphones?
Yeah.
Oh, there's other headphones. I don't know.
Okay. There we go. We've got all of the...
Do you need to share that around on our Facebook thingy?
Yeah. That'd be cool.
No! There we go.
That'd be great.
And is it up on their YouTube page?
It's on our YouTube page, ready for sharing. Ready for sharing. Trouble, 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 trouble. Trouble. I'm going to keep you entertained through the medium of finger dance. Trouble, 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 trouble. He's in focus. I'm in focus. He's in focus. 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 I'm too easily entertained with. That's the Gorecast page.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Conventionally, we were talking about wrestling. It's a different YouTube page. Giz.
I know. I'm aware. I am aware.
Kayfabe OrDie.
Realize that as soon as I hit
Times were tough for Johnny Deadly from the Gorecast, though.
Aha, okay, now yes. And we copy and paste. I should have put in a blurb or something.
Yeah, a bit of a blurb would be good. Talking mostly about NXT TakeOver, because SmackDown was acceptable and Raw sucked nuts.
Oh, fuck a duck.
Rather not, to be honest.
Gar hard. Anyway.
Welcome to the miscellaneous keyboard typing channel. I'm typing.
Look at this. I'm just going to put that one first. Kayfabe OrDie 2019 is live now.
Yeah, because we're live now.
I'm so not used to Facebook.
This is why you should watch us live on YouTube. You get all the interesting behind the scenes stuff.
You mean me fucking everything up?
Yeah. Well, people are occasionally, not on like Sunday on the Gorecast, get to see behind the scenes of the Gorecast where they watch me fucking things up.
That is...
Although it wasn't me fucking shit up this week.
Work. Yeah, there we go. And I'm just going to share this around to a couple places.
How there?
Like the last share.
Woohoo.
And now I am running. Running away.
My chair's got no wheels.
Less concerned with that and more concerned with making sure you're on the right mic.
Am I on the right mic?
Apparently you are. Yay. Okay. Is everybody here?
Yeah, I'm joining in on the intro this week. Oh, did someone fix the head? Oh,
Do they work?
they do. And
Hello.
they fit my head,
Excellent.
which is a change.
Okay, hit and record.
I do sound a bit tinny. I don't know, is it just the headphones?
It's just the headphones,
Okay.
I'm sure. Hit and record.
Radio!
Hello and welcome to the first Kayfabe OrDie radio show of 2019. Howdy folks, I'm the Giz, and joining me as always in studio is my partner in crime, Johnny Danger Deadly.
Hola, amigos.
And hola back to you as well. Sorry, that was unexpected.
I'm going to do it in a different language every week.
Okay.
Instead of running out of languages.
Okay then, fair enough. I expect to see multiple phrase books or something in your hand each week.
Google Translate, buddy.
Oh, right. Okay, fair enough.
So it could go wrong.
Probably will. Okay, so it has been an interesting couple of weeks, months since the Christmas period and since we left off. We've had some massive Japanese shows. We've had some insane developments in the wrestling industry. We've had WWE attempting to...
It's a new era.
Is it?
It is, yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
God damn it, I doubt that so... Anyway, what would you like to start off with? Because we have had some interesting things recently.
I would imagine breeze through Raw because not a lot of anything happened.
Well, considering you were saying to me, let's just kind of
The biggest moment of Raw for me was Sasha Banks said bitch.
let's see. So, no, that's not a thing. Well, there was the lumberjack match between Glorious Gable and the Revival, which
Boo.
once again saw Glorious Gable winning by a technicality. Why is the heels being done out when they like?
Yeah, I know, yeah. It's literally like they're like, hey, Revival, go AEW.
And you know what? They're going, you know what? No bother, boys. I did like how the
Because
Ascension...
I feel the Revival are still, like, AEW guys are slowly going from fuck the Revival to fuck the Revival.
Yeah. Which would also explain the hashtags that are now in the...
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that didn't walk down wearing AEW t-shirts, except they would have been banned from the arena.
No, that was only at SmackDown.
Yeah, that's true. This is true.
I did like how the Ascension were looking at him, they're complaining about the foot rope, and the Ascension's like, yeah, we know, we saw it, but we're not the refs.
Yeah. We're also the heels, so no one's going to listen to us. Or
Are they
are
though?
we? Yeah, well, they are now.
I think they're only a heel when they're like the kind of the grey area,
Yeah, well, the last time they were rolled out, it was in heel mode.
Yeah.
So until I'm told otherwise, I'm assuming they're still in heel mode.
Yeah, true. Any other matches? Elias and Corbin at it again.
No.
Um,
Elias did do a thundering knee.
he did.
Like, I've never seen a man that large jump that high in the air and then knee someone clean in the head.
Yeah.
Raw was rough, people.
Yeah, I mean, it started off with a brawl between Lashley and Rollins, which
That was interesting.
Yeah, but it seems to magically work its way onto the stage from the back. Then a while John Cena appears, enters the Royal Rumble. A while Drew McIntyre appears, interrupted by Rush and
Enters
Lashley
John Cena.
again. Sorry, it was just like, we want a lawyer. Why are you out here? Seth Rollins appears.
And then a mysterious 4-man tag. Was it? No, 6-man tag. 6-man tag happened.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, holla, player. We got Rollins, Cena, Balor versus McIntyre, Lashley, and Ambrose.
Yep.
That was how things kicked off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Braun Strowman was in the ring being painful because he eventually eventually died.
Yeah, that was a very strange segment.
It wasn't. Was that? I wasn't sure if that was pre-recorded with Heyman and Strowman and Lesnar backstage or not at first.
Probably was. It was
But
just.
then he actually.
I don't know. It was very strange. Like, it was basically just Braun licking his lips, looking at camera.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Why don't you come down here, beastie boy? Show me how to. I can't remember the line now.
Yeah.
I do like when he calls him beastie boy, though. I don't know why. It makes me laugh.
I don't know. Anyway,
Beastie boy.
that was pretty much Raw summed up. To be perfectly honest.
Yeah. Oh, we got to see Seth Rollins' C-face as well.
C-face.
Ah. Well, you do.
What?
So Triple H is talking to Banks.
Uh-huh.
Rollins walks backstage and he's like, I want goddamn Seth Rollins tonight, and he pushes Triple H, and then Triple H is all like, I want Ambrose tonight, and then Triple H is like, you want Dean Ambrose? He's like, yeah, and then he's like, you got Dean Ambrose, and he's like, yeah, and then he's like, and it's an anywhere falls match, he's like, yeah, and then just walks away.
For those of you listening on radio that are unable
Oh,
to see
I'm sure they can figure out what the faces
I am
look like.
telling you right now, you're better off.
Yeah. Or just watch Raw, because I did a pretty good impression, to be honest. I won't lie to you.
Is anyone else wondering why the hell the plan for Raw and SmackDown, it seems, is to have the, top executive, be it Triple H or Vince, basically try and piss off their top face in order to make him go all rage-fueled? Because they're doing it in both shows.
Yep.
Because, like, with Raw, it's Rollins, and with SmackDown, it's AJ Styles. We need the new AJ Styles, or the old AJ Styles, or whatever the hell.
I'm confused. You want me to be a heel? Is it because it came in and it was a heel? That was old AJ Styles. Well, you wanted me to be a heel, and then no one would buy it. Because I'm goddamn AJ Styles.
I don't know.
And it was madness.
Yeah.
Raw was absolute madness. On the other hand, a much more coherently put together show was SmackDown. SmackDown was great.
Yeah, it starts off with Daniel Bryan in a concession stand basically telling everyone why they suck.
Yeah.
Getting in fans'
In
faces.
so many different ways.
Yeah, getting in fans' faces and, spraying them with stuff. And
Spraying them with stuff, and the poor guy who had the plastic cup and the plastic straw that is only one time usable. That
Yes.
poor man.
Indeed.
Yeah, he bloody well knows it now anyway, I'll tell you that straight out.
Bryan would work his way eventually through the stands and down to the ring and still in his tirade, and then suddenly a wild truth appears.
Yeah, because that evidently happened at Christmas.
Yeah, you go.
I watched it.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
How could you? I'm sure you did watch it, all things being equal. Carmelfa.
I saw that bit.
I bloody well know you did. How you missed Daniel Bryan attempting to rip off R-Truth's leg and beat him to death with it, I'm not sure.
I don't know, Carmelfa.
Fair enough. Anyway, Truth decided he was going to get a little bit even Stevens, and considering he has won the number 30 spot for the Rumble.
Yeah, it does make sense that he should probably attack the champion at some stage.
Yeah, so that's what he did, and then we
It
got
went badly.
Well, we got a match out of it.
Not a long one.
I thought it was decent. You see, the thing
It was
is,
a decent match, but Daniel Bryan beat the bejesus out of him.
you'd make it sound like Truth didn't kick Daniel Bryan around the place for a few minutes as well.
Not much.
Got any shots, I think. R-Truth is, he's good.
I'm not taking R-Truth rocks. I'm not taking
It's
away
not-
from the.
It's not that. It's here's a guy that hasn't really been given the top spot in WWE, despite having it in TNA and despite having it in other places,
Yeah.
and despite the fact that he has been in WWE on and off for best part of 15, 20 years.
Yeah, and he's like Vince McMahon's best friend. Which you'd ordinarily... Maybe he just doesn't want the top spot. Maybe he's just like, I'm just happy doing crazy R-Truth.
You know what? Maybe he's like Tommy Dreamer. I don't want the belt unless something goes catastrophically wrong. I've got a belt. Oh, God damn it.
Yeah. The company's in trouble if you're giving me the, oh, crap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something went wrong, someone's hurt, and now I've got a belt again.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So anyway, we had that match. It was, okay, Miz and Shane McMahon.
Oh, it's
The backstage, Miz is like, you're a McMahon. Why don't we have a tag team title shot? And
Yeah, I also don't know how that makes sense. Since when is that a valid? You're a McMahon. Why don't we have a tag team? Why aren't we a tag team? How does me being a McMahon make us a tag team? Because that's
no, him being a McMahon gets them the tag team opportunity. You're a McMahon.
They're going to win it. You know they're going to win it. You know they're going to win it. You know they're going to win it. I'm not joking. If they get a tag shot, they're going to win. I'm not joking. Because then they could be co-owners of the greatest wrestler title in the world and actual tag team champions.
I think, to be perfectly honest, we won't see that belt changing hands until whatever new.
We're both
tag
the
team
greatest
comes up.
wrestler in the world. That means you're only 0.5 great wrestler.
Speaking of great wrestlers, though, we did get a great match with Mysterio and
Yes.
Mustafa Ali versus Samoa Joe and
Andrade, AC, and Almas.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
That was class.
That was absolutely amazing.
That was just. And
Do you know what was really nice? Mexican Destroyer on a WWE event. Don't see those. Never. Ever.
it was just.
And it was a great Mexican Destroyer.
Do you want to know what I like? There was a part in the match where it was a slight bit of a miscue between Joe and Almas, but at the same time it was kind of it was like in case it was a miscue, but they both saw it, and then something happened, and then Joe ends up with it was Ali in his arms, and it's just little. You can see Joe's just kind of going, fuck it, and all of a sudden
You
Ali
go
is
down now, little man.
You go through a table now, little man. It was I just liked how it was almost an accidental, screw it, I have him now. You're right there, Ted, you're trying to get comfortable or something.
Yeah, I'm getting my back's actually kind of sore. I'll just hold it kind of rock and roll style. That's cool. Wow.
Okay then, just
It's cool.
don't drop the mic.
I won't. Unless I say something really good.
Maybe. Promo wise, okay, we also have Rusev in the ring, and he
Yep.
blames Shinsuke for Lana getting hurt, and then Shinsuke basically comes along and shows him a playback in slow motion repeatedly, showing exactly what happened, whereby Lana didn't get hurt until Rusev's foot came into contact with Shinsuke's head,
Yep.
and then Rusev went off to kill Shinsuke.
Don't you prove me wrong, man.
Yeah. How dare you prove me wrong? I'm going to go and kill you now.
And then I'm gonna go home and get killed by my wife.
Yeah, well, it didn't really end well for Ruru anyway, because he ended up getting.
Pinch acid in the mouth.
Yeah, it happens.
It does, yeah.
Once again, we had.
Especially when he doesn't even wait for you to kneel down anymore. He just kind of knees you in the neck.
Yeah. Once again, we had the Usos versus the Bar.
Good match.
Yeah, it was. The Bar ends up winning when Mandy Rose ends up distracting.
Hey Jimmy, did I leave my gold shorts in your dressing room?
And to be fair, Jimmy's like, "What the hell are you on about, you mad bint?" And then turns around and no, it doesn't end well.
It doesn't end well. And then she goes backstage and it turns out she had her
Bikini underneath her towel. The whole time.
It's happened to you with your glasses before, and it's happened to me with stuff like that as well. She just completely she put the towel on and she basically forgot that she had the underwear on underneath the towel. It happens to everyone.
Naomi didn't take too good.
Yeah, I was just going to say Naomi wasn't overly buying the story.
I'm not going to lie, when it turned into the 2-on-1 situation, I was actually waiting for Naomi's friend, or is she your friend anymore, because now she's the God's damned champ, Asuka, to perhaps interfere. But maybe
I'm sure they're still friends.
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
For now. You don't know with WWE.
Yeah, true.
If WWE has taught us anything, is that women's friendships are fickle.
Isn't that Daniel Bryan's line?
Fickle! Fickle!
Anyway, last week we had the triple threat for the #1 contendership.
This was a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. Charlotte, Carmella, and Stone Cold Becky Lynch, and it was great fun. And like
I always get worried when you go.
it was one of those matches where it actually, for once, makes you remember, oh yeah, that's right, Carmella could actually do cool stuff in the ring, and she wasn't just a champion because they needed somebody to be a champion for.
It's nice when they actually let Carmella wrestle.
Yeah.
Because she can wrestle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to have her wrestling at that level against Charlotte and Stone Cold Becky Lynch.
I love that Code Red. No, not Code Red. What's that?
Code of Silence.
Code of Silence. I love that finisher, man. It just looks sore as.
Just the torque on the neck works really well. The end result of that match, however,
It's
was
the speed she's able to lock it on at as well is very impressive. It doesn't take her long to get something on that's a pretty complicated looking thing once it's locked in. Like,
Yeah, it's a leg hook up around and then hooks in her own leg and whoop, torque.
but it's the speed she's able to just like. Whoop.
The end result of the match, of course, was Stone Cold Becky Lynch is the winner, and she should be facing Asuka at Rumble.
Oscar.
That's what I said, Asuka.
You said Asa.
No,
There's a K in there, bro.
I'm aware.
Okay. Oh, I know you're aware.
Anyway.
Yeah, she's facing Oscar at the Rumble, which is going to be awesome.
Yeah, so then naturally enough, the Empress came down to have a bit of a chat.
Yeah.
Hold the belt in front for him,
I
basically.
could watch the two of them eyeball each other all day long. It was great.
I could watch Asuka screaming Japanese and just Becky Lynch just kind of casually standing there going, oh really? Oh really? Yeah, yeah.
I don't have a clue what you're on about, but
Except
it
she
sounds
does.
aggressive, so I'm going to.
Except she probably does. I was actually waiting for Becky to start spewing stuff back at her in Japanese.
They barely let her talk English there. So.
It would have made Kevin Dunn's head explode, I'd imagine. Why is the Irish woman speaking Japanese? What?
People outside of their own countries don't speak other languages. What are you talking about?
You're aware that Irish people speak the language English that was... Never mind. Or the fact that you all speak the language that was imported over to you because you're American and it's all different languages.
They speak
never mind.
speak American, remember?
Ah, you mean that language that isn't quite like the rest of us.
No, where they took English and
Mangled
changed it. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, back
I do agree with the Z swapping some of those Z's for S's though. Or some of those S's for Z's.
I don't know, at this stage I'm just writing down whatever sounds phonetically correct.
Yeah, well custom that's I can't argue with that. That's okay.
Thank you. Finally to wrap up SmackDown, upon leaving the arena, Daniel Bryan, after getting jumped by AJ Styles at the end of his match against R-Truth, was understandably incensed and is rather intense and is proclaiming how nobody knows what he's going to do next. And I think it should just be like...
He cut two ridiculously good promos.
He's just letting himself be him. I think just being all angry and, you know what, I had to sit on the sidelines for 4 years.
Yeah, well, he's doing the right thing. He's like, I'm taking something that people actually are passionate about and just going about it in the most assholey way I can possibly think of.
Let's dial it all up to 11.
Yeah, it's weird because it's like he's technically teaching us the right things to do in the world, but also he's being a bit of a douche.
Isn't that how it usually works?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's for the greater good. Greater good.
Right. Okay, that pretty much wraps up main roster of WWE, and we're going to take a little bit of a break from there, I think, and move on to something else awesome that happened.
NXT.
No,
What are you going to... Are we going to do the song? Is that what you're on about?
I thought you wanted to talk about what happened over in the land of the rising sun last week.
No, we don't need to. It's gone a little far since it all happened.
Okay, fair enough, but then why have I got this theme song?
Oh no, I just thought that just due to Kenny Omega doing such a blinding performance against Tanahashi in Wrestle Kingdom, that I thought we might play Sephiroth's theme tune from Final Fantasy VII, because it's what most of these moves are named after or based on.
Okay, I just figured maybe we might want to talk a little bit about the stuff.
We already did on Monday or Tuesday.
You already did.
Yeah.
For those of you that are wondering what the hell I'm talking about,
He's talking about Wrestle Kingdom, which is the Japanese equivalent of WrestleMania,
which was covered in the Kayfabe OrDie podcast with Johnny Deadly, Buzz, and
Roddy P.
Earlier on in the week. Fine, grand.
We can talk about it a bit if you want. I didn't know it was on the cards. I thought we were just doing the theme tune.
I wasn't sure either. That's why when you suggested, I was like, oh, okay, we're talking about that then. No bother.
We're also running out of wrestlers' theme tunes that we can keep playing, so I was like, here's something we can throw in the mix.
Okay, for those of you that didn't see Wrestle Kingdom 13, go bloody well watch it, because it was awesome. There was some fantastic matches.
And he came down dressed as the one-winged angel. He was literally in Sephiroth's cosplay, kind of leveled up Sephiroth, not original Sephiroth, because that's just a white-haired dude in a trench coat.
And for those of you that want a rundown of the full show, go check out the...
It's a rundown of the full show and New Year's Dash, and there was pretty much instantaneous coverage of the AEW press rally as well, because we were on air about 30 minutes after it went live.
Yeah, I'm sure we might get into a little bit about that.
We'll be talking about that near the end, because there's lots of newses.
Okay, well, since we're after hyping up the song, I suppose we might as well go into it. So here is Sephiroth's theme song from Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, because it's all nice and metal-y, and I think it works better.
Metal as F.
Hooah!
Yeah, sorry, I didn't know we were talking Wrestle Kingdom.
I thought that's why you picked the track.
No, I was just like,
That's why I was trying to get through Raw and SmackDown so fucking breezy, or trying to at least.
no, I think
realised now
I
looking
think
at
there's
it,
going to be
we're
a
talking for 18 minutes.
I think there's going to be a lot. I had also noted that I think we're going to get an in-depth like Blackpool. Do you have the card for?
Blackpool?
Yeah. No.
I remember stuff.
Do you know who's on the card for Blackpool?
Dave Mastiff versus Eddie Dennis in a no disqualification match. Mustache
Okay.
Mountain versus Zach Gibson and James Drake for the Tag Team Championships.
Yeah.
Tony Storm versus Rhea Ripley for the Ultimate Surrender. I mean the Women's Championship match. Pete Dunne versus Mark Coffey.
Joe Coffey.
Joe Coffey for the championship. Am I missing anything?
Mustache Mountain and who for the championship?
Mustache Mountain versus Gibson and Drake.
I thought it was Gallus they were wrestling.
No.
Okay. I think Mustache Mountain are going to get the titles, and I think Pete Dunne's going to start going to America.
Blackpool matches. Yes, I remembered everything. Jordan Devlin versus Travis Banks. Shit. I remembered almost everything.
Any stipulation on that?
Winner dies, loser dies. No, it's just a singles match.
Okay.
We're gonna say loser dies, because, you know. Whoever dies, loses.
Did you bring a joint with you today? Oh, okay.
Mainly because I sat down and went, okay, so 11:15. Make a joint.
Gotta go.
I don't know if there's enough weed in this grinder today. Fuck, just put everything together, get your own and fucking go.
Right, just let it play.
6 minutes long. We have a lot of wrestling to talk about.
Just play. No, you go.
Doesn't worry.
Ha ha ha.
That may have been a mistake.
What?
But that's going on the same channel as this, so you know. Anyway, let's come back to us now, shall we?
This is where the fight starts.
I know.
I must watch that, actually. I haven't seen that in a while.
No, we have to draw ourselves back from the brink. I really don't want that to end. But
I'm really upset now.
if I don't turn it off, then we'll keep listening to it and we'll run out of time.
I'm really upset now. I can't even
That
tell
was,
you.
that was Sephiroth's theme, One-Winged Angel from Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. Basically the metal version of Kenny Omega's theme song because it's awesome.
No, it's not like Kenny Omega's theme song, but it's like his whole shtick is based on Final Fantasy. Like the V-Trigger was one of the character's finishers.
I know.
One-Winged Angel was...
Oh yeah, no. The V-Trigger is from Street Fighter.
The V-Trigger is also in Final Fantasy VII, although it doesn't make sense to the Street Fighter as well.
Yeah,
Actually.
because it's the super thing.
Yeah, V-Trigger in Final Fantasy VII was a big double-barrel shotgun thing done by the vampire guy. I think his name was Victor originally. I can't remember because I renamed all the characters. Because you renamed them when you play the game.
Okay, fair enough. That could go disastrously wrong.
What?
Some of the stupid sense of humor walking around the entire game just calling it. Oh, God, so
Yeah,
you did, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, NXT.
It's the little things in life. NXT was great this week, actually,
Yeah, NXT.
and every other week as well. To be honest.
Yeah, NXT is always good. We had quite possibly the swan song match for Nikki Cross. Going against Bianca Belair to finally settle the score as
Score settled.
Bianca moves on or starts making strides towards. She's facing Shayna Baszler,
Yeah, she's taking on Baszler, take over Phoenix.
which is in 2-3 weeks.
It'll be the Saturday before the Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
End of the month.
So as I said, NXT pretty much kicked off with that, and it was a really good match. Because we were aware of the fact that Nikki Cross is getting moved up, I feel that this probably was her swan song match, and also once again I have to say, why do you keep jobbing people out? Although I suppose in this case it actually made sense since it's Bianca Belair who is undefeated.
She is, yeah. I love Belair, man. She's great. She's great. She's just a little powerhouse.
Yeah, she
lifted Nikki Cross is a stocky lady, and she lifted her over her head like nothing.
and then
Nothing.
she actually kind of pushed her up as well. When she does that gorilla press, she actually kind of throws them up a little bit and steps out from under it.
Yeah.
Which is impressive to say the least.
Yeah. She's a strong lady.
Um,
I'd love to arm wrestle her someday.
okay. Fair
We're
enough.
on air.
Right, fair enough, fair enough. Anyway, as I said, probably means that I hope the next time we see Nikki Cross will be on SmackDown, because I think that would make logical sense, because that's where the rest of Sanity is, and because I think her coming along could inject a bit of life into a faction that kind of died a death on SmackDown because they didn't know what to do with the mad bastards.
Yeah. We need to put the hairy guy in a singlet. That's about the only major decision they managed to make, was we need to put the hairy guy in a singlet.
Have they even been on air in the last 2 or 3 weeks? Wait, they were there a couple of weeks ago.
They got rolled out just before Christmas and got demolished.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. NXT itself actually started off with Johnny Gargano in the ring and stating that how the only things that should really matter are wins and championships.
Yep.
Therefore, he's going to be going after the North American title, and Ricochet basically comes down and tells him, if you wanted a shot at this, you would just ask, but you want to take. All right, fair enough. And then along comes Ciampa to stir the pot.
With his stick of shit stirriness.
And despite the crowd fervently chanting DIY,
Yeah.
DIY, DIY.
And Johnny Gargano spelling words incorrectly.
Yeah, he's either going to get a belt or DIY doing it. Die doing it.
I think he meant die. What I imagine is he typed DIY so many times in his phone over the last numerous years that I'm assuming it's an autocorrect, basically. Is what I'm saying.
I'm not going to lie. Ciampa came out, and then there was that cool bit with Aleister Black coming out, and
very good.
I was really waiting to for holla holla playa playa, we got ourselves a tag team, but apparently we don't.
No.
Instead we had super kicks, and
Great super kick, by the way.
great super kick. Ricochet panned out.
Yeah.
That belt is mine.
Can you weird thing I noticed, I don't know why my eyes have been drawn to the wrestlers' feet over the last couple of NXT episodes, but why do none of them wear socks with suit shoes?
What?
None of them wear socks with suit shoes.
You forgive me for having not noticed that one. I admit, I think I did notice that Ricochet doesn't.
Yeah, done as well during the contract signing.
Really?
Yeah, I only noticed it because both of them got panned the F out, so I was like, oh, look at that, he's not wearing any socks with his suit shoes.
Okay.
Isn't Like, out of all the shoes you wouldn't wear socks with, would they not be the most sweaty and uncomfortable to not wear socks with?
Perhaps that's the point. Consider.
That's sweaty and uncomfortable.
Consider.
Herd me up.
If they were wearing socks, how much easier would it be for them to slip off feet when getting put through stuff? Or while trying to put other people through stuff, more importantly.
But all he did was get kicked in the face. He didn't do
I
anything.
don't, I'm not saying, I'm just saying maybe it's a general rule. You know what? Keep your socks off. Why? Because otherwise your feet might slip out from your shoes.
Mm.
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 Anyway, next up we had Fabian Eichner and Marcel Bartel.
The European Union.
The European Union.
What a crap name.
Yeah, I mean, you think, well, I suppose they can't really call them the Axis now, can they?
I won't lie to you, right?
Despite the fact that it's historically goddamn accurate.
When they came walking down to the ring, I was like, okay, I know that your man's German. If memory serves me correctly, isn't Eichner Italian?
He is, yeah. He is, yeah.
The Axis of Evil. They should call themselves the Axis of Evil.
All they're missing is Rusev to take them under their wing.
Oh,
Oh no, he's Bulgarian, never mind. No, sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry,
he was only pretending to be Russian for a couple of years.
That was it, yeah.
Yeah. There has to be a Russian in there. Get a Russian in the mix.
I'm trying to remember the name of the Italian fucking dictator.
Mussolini.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
My problem was I was thinking it's something that started with an F for a second. Ferdinand Mussolini? Anyway, yeah.
Sounds like it was going dubstep there.
Dubstep never dies. Bang.
It's a great tune.
It is, yeah.
It's an absolutely great tune.
Anyway, yeah. So Fabian Eichner and Marcel Bartel basically, once again, well, they kind of destroy Watts and Klinsmann.
Badly.
It's probably because Watts was like half the size of everybody else in the ring. But he was the recipient of their finisher, which did look cool, but I wonder, is it going to be applicable on anyone that's actually like bigger than 205 live size?
Probably. Fabian Eichner's a powerhouse.
He is, yeah, but have you noticed that their opponents, even in NXT UK, have been the 205 live? I mean, it was what, Kenny Williams?
No, it's the...
It was Travis Banks, yeah, it was Travis Banks and Webster. that
Yeah,
were going up
Webster,
against,
that was it.
yeah.
No, not Travis Banks, it's Webster and
Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews, thank you.
Oh, I keep on fucking mixing those names up.
Well, one of them's English and the other one's Kiwi.
Yeah, that's a terrible mistake to make, I
Yeah,
apologise.
they get humpy.
They do, and rightfully so, I think.
And I don't think you want Banks getting humpy at you, to be
No,
blatantly honest.
you
Kick
kidding
your
me?
head off.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
my head attached.
Not in a proverbial way either, I mean, like
He'd
literally
actually
kick your head
my
off.
head off. Literally, tendons gone.
Clean.
So anyway, crap. Sorry, minor technical issue. We're all good here.
There was also a Rhea Ripley and Tony Storm interview where everyone got a
that's
little bit
in
heated.
NXT UK. We're not up to that yet.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Still on NXT because
Sorry, I was talking about Pete Dunne, I got carried away there.
you're forgetting about the last match of the night.
Oh, EC3 versus Adam Cole, baby!
I wonder, was this EC3's swan song as well?
Yeah, most certainly. He's on the incessantly rerun ad of people that are coming up.
I thought you meant most certainly just because he lost, and once again, as we keep saying, NXT have a tendency to job out their call-ups, with the exception of Asuka.
With the exception of his odd, yeah. They just waited to job her out when she got there. It was stupid. It was silly.
It's alright, she has a belt now, although I do wonder how long it's going to last. What with Stone Cold Becky Lynch walking around?
I think Becky's gonna go for Ronda. Oh, she's not in the Rumble.
No,
She's
not.
fighting. Oh yeah.
See, there you go.
Oh, it's gonna be Charlotte and Ronda. No.
I know. Anyway, yeah, that was pretty much it for NXT this week. Most of it kind of building up for NXT Phoenix Cup this time around.
Yeah.
Shall we move on to the next track and then we come back and we move into NXT UK?
Okay.
Okay. Right there. Back in a minute.
I am in the top 1%.
Yeah, the only real promo for NXT either shows was Gallus in the ring and then press conference for Tony Storm.
There's all matches.
Yeah.
C3 is my fucking name.
He's killing me today.
What's the button? There's a couple of messages coming in.
I saw that Bobby Fish had a bust over it after the EC3 match. He's bleeding from his eyebrow.
Oh, big.
Yeah.
I was wondering whether it was where you ran to put on. No, that was a different match. That's not what I was put on.
Unless he had like some red streamer stuck to his face.
Also a possibility.
Huh?
Oh, sorry. I thought you said something.
Nope.
My bad.
You need a full stop? You doing a full stop?
Yeah, Ow. And welcome back. Sorry about that. It's going like, does that work? Oh no, I turned on the headphones. No. Yeah, okay, so that was the theme song for EC3, the top 1%, since, it's probably Swan Song match, but then again, we don't know because they've been rolling out them promos since before Christmas and nobody knows who's doing
Yeah, but
what and
they
what.
were very much talking about Nikki Cross going up soon, although you wouldn't have a clue.
Yeah, that's true.
You wouldn't have a clue. It'll be the Rumble. They'll all show up at the Rumble and then they'll start rolling out the week after.
Actually, you know what? It probably will be the Rumble.
Yeah.
They'll probably just, surprise entrance. It's not that much of a surprise. You've been telling us they're arriving
Yeah,
for the last
yeah,
God knows how long.
Yeah, because, they need extra people in the Women's Rumble anyway.
Yeah,
So, Lacey Evans and Nikki Cross makes sense.
yeah, true. Actually, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a few different women we'd see from NXT and NXT UK.
Wait,
Regardless.
classic as well.
Yeah, well, depending on who they still have on contract, yeah. Okay, so on to NXT UK. First show, as you know, NXT UK is always delivered to us in 2 shows
For some reason.
because they've all been taken.
Just merge it into one show and just call it a 2-hour
2-hour
show. But then people will be like, how come NXT only gets 1 hour show? But the NXT only gets 1 hour.
Anyway, the first show of NXT UK this week started off with Gallus in the ring.
Uh-huh.
Just get my notes up. There you go. Yeah. Oh, okay. Gallus in the ring, and they're basically just looking to change NXT UK, and
Yep.
it's the same promo the whole time.
And put a king in the tower.
Yeah. To be honest, it is kind of the same promo for the last few weeks from Gallus, whereby they're like, we're here to change NXT UK, and we're going to get our opportunity next week, which will be the next show when it's Gallus versus British Strong Style
Yeah.
in a great big 6-on-6 match that we will get into in addition bit.
It was so good.
It was indeed. Match-wise, because NXT UK is just basically all matches all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Jamie Ahmed and Dan Maloney, who
They have one manager that doesn't talk, and the other one only ever says about 2 or 3 sentences.
see,
It's great. It's great.
match-wise, we had things kicking off with Jamie Ahmed and Dan Maloney, who we've seen before,
Yeah.
tagging against Kenny Williams and Amir Jordan. And interestingly enough, Williams and Jordan actually got their first tag team victory because they just kept on getting killed for like the previous few weeks.
Yeah, because Amir keeps dancing like a lunatic.
I thought Williams might dance like a lunatic by the end of the match when they
I
actually
feel
won.
there's going to be a breakup in there because you can see Kenny's doing that already. That I'm sick of this dancing BS.
Yeah, but now that they won, maybe he'd kind of you'd have
Maybe he'll come down dressed like him and just dance to the ring.
No. When they win, it's kind of like, okay, we've won. Now we can dance. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Next
They
up,
bloody love Amir Jordan.
oh,
The crowd.
oh yeah, that's because he's all like, yay, let's have fun, woohoo. It's true.
Never dance in front of me again.
I make no promises, but I certainly attempt not to. Okay, once again, NXT UK was being filmed from Liverpool this week. There was
Liverpool.
he's not here, we can't do it.
I just did.
I know.
Yeah.
But so as a result, we had Isla Dawn, who is in damn near every NXT UK show, if you've noticed,
Yeah.
because I certainly have.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you had Isla Dawn versus Liverpool's own Zaya Brookside,
Who's
who-
also been in a lot of the NXT shows, if you've noticed.
Zaya.
Yeah.
Not as many, but yeah. There's
I love Zaya Brookside. She's great.
probably and this match bloody well shows us why. I mean, it was just technically awesome the entire way through.
It's so good.
And what's weird, there was a point where I actually went, you know what? Okay, perhaps it's gone a little bit too long, and it's like they read my mind, and the pace kind of like changed a bit. You know, they swapped they swapped what they were doing. But really good match, which had Isla Dawn winning, and
Winner.
then get jumped by Ginny backstage.
Ginny. I don't know why I keep saying it like that. It's because she got that London accent. My name's Ginny.
Okay, fair enough.
She does sound like that though.
Okay,
Ginny.
Next up, we had Damien Weir versus Jordan Devlin, because Jordan Devlin just needs to throw somebody around this week.
Poor Damien.
Yeah.
Poor Damien.
And then Travis Banks came down to have a bit of a word, and Jordan Devlin decided his word was going to be bye.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Not today, Banksy. I'm out.
Shlanta.
Pretty much. And then we had the final qualifier for the NXT UK Tag Team Championship, which is going to be held tomorrow at NXT UK.
7 p.m. normal time for us.
Yes, we get to watch
The
it.
Americans
all
have
the
to.
time.
The Americans have to watch it at an even weirder time. 2 p.m. for them.
That's a really good time on a Saturday, dude.
Yeah, 2 p.m. on Saturday's not bad either. Actually, yeah.
I mean, we had that with wasn't that Crown Jewel and Greatest Royal Rumble? Where
No, Crown Jewel was at.
it started in the morning.
Yeah, it was at like 10 in
10
the
in
morning.
yeah. But it still meant that you kind of wake up and stretch and turn on.
I didn't even get out of bed. It was just.
Yeah, neither did I.
Turn on WWE.
I just felt my foot.
My beautiful girlfriend, do you want a cup of coffee? I would love a cup of coffee. That'd be, this is great. This is just a good Friday.
Yeah, fuck off. But we do get to enjoy NXT UK Blackpool at a decent time.
Yo, angry housemate, make me coffee. No.
Why
Fine.
I don't drink coffee?
Yeah,
Why would I-
the truth. Okay. Why you don't drink coffee? That'd be a much better answer.
Probably, yeah.
Just one. That's what I feel love, dude.
Yeah. What else do we have? Yeah, Flash Morgan Webster versus Mark Andrews and Zach Gibson. Flash Morgan Webster and Mark Andrews versus Zach
There you go.
Gibson and James Drake. There we go. Got there eventually. Yeah, the qualifying match to see who's going to be going up against Mustache Mountain.
Mustache you a question. Who do you think is going to win it?
It's an interesting one.
Isn't it? Because they really like Gibson and your man as well.
They do.
I love the way he overpronounces all of his S's.
Oh, Gibson?
Yeah.
I think it's just part of the Liverpool
I
accent.
think it's actually him intentionally trying to rile people up.
It's a distinct possibility, but
Yeah.
it does, like I said, it does bring up. See, they've got such a thing going with Gaddis and Mustache Mountain that Gibson and Drake are almost seen like a side note that they have to get through.
Yeah.
Which means, what if they actually come through and actually win the belt?
What if Gaddis come down and just smash the two boys?
It's a distinct possibility. Yeah, I mean, we have had.
I'd rather see you two have the title than those two beardy muppets. Just to clarify, I don't think they're beardy muppets, but that'd be,
He's Gaddis's point of view.
yeah.
That could be an interesting one. Yeah, just have them come down and just. And here you go, pin them, all yours. You can be Liverpool's #1 tag team.
Yeah, until we decide we want your championships.
They should be saying it in a Scottish accent.
I had already committed to the Liverpoolian one.
All right, fair enough. Can't really.
Then you
argue
come
with
and
that
get your championships. I can only do Sean Connery. It's my universal Scottish accent.
I see my cut has improved your voice.
Yes.
Okay, Gibson and Drake took the victory, as we said, and that finished the first show of NXT UK.
And a very good show it was too.
Yes, a very, very good show.
A very, very, very good show.
Now, into the second show, and we had a match that's been kind of hyped for a few weeks, I guess is the best way.
Pipe.
Yeah, you've Joseph Connors doing his I'm all dark and broody routine for the last month or so.
Nobody likes me and everybody likes the new guys, and I've got broken battered along the way, but nobody seems to like me. They only like the new flippy guys, and they can all go get bent because they should come look at me.
Except he picks on Ligero, who's not a new guy in any way, shape, or
No.
form, and is actually a veteran of the English scene,
Yeah.
who has probably done more matches last year than most guys do in their entire shagging careers.
In more countries than most guys have done in their entire shagging careers. That
Yeah.
man hit every continent in the space of 12 months.
Yeah, I think he literally just went, you know what, I'm on a plane, I'll be back. You know what, I'm going to do my best Willie Fogg impression. Round the world in 80
The man
days.
jumped out of his suit somewhere, put on a mask, and then all you heard was the Alligator. And he just started randomly appearing in random wrestling events around the world, murdering people, disappearing again, and then reappearing as another guy. Well, the same guy, but in a different costume of the same colour.
Ish. In this case, however, we did have a fantastic match between Ligero and Joseph Connors.
That was great.
It really, really was, whereby we ended up with Ligero taking the moral and actual victory. Ha-ha!
Love it. Ligero's so good.
He is
So good.
the luchador from Leeds luchador.
But he's not just a luchador. He's a very, very versatile wrestler.
After travelling
Yeah.
the bloody planet and wrestling everywhere you can.
His striking game is on point. His grapple and technical game is on point. Granted, he's well known for doing all of the flippy shit, but he's very, very adjustable. He's a very, very well. He's not a one-sided wrestler.
It'd be interesting to see when the day comes that he gets called up to the Americas and the main roster and stuff like that, will they make him take the mask off?
They'll probably change the mask.
Or they'll stick him in Lucha House Party if they're still
They're
around.
good. Oh god, I just keep him in England.
Yeah,
I'll
probably.
put him in NXT where
Probably.
they know what to do with him.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vince he's too small as well. Vince just won't know what to do with him whatsoever. 205 Live there, send him off.
Yeah.
Because wasn't he in the Cruiserweight Classic?
He was.
Yeah, so yeah, Vince will just be like 205 Live.
Arr.
205.
Send him in there, he'd be great.
205. Is he over 205? No, well then put him in 205 Live. Which kind of does actually make sense because that's what the show was designed for, but anyway.
Another guy that he probably wouldn't have a clue what to do with, Travis Banks.
Yeah. I'm would love, and if WWE are listening, I would love if you can somehow just get him into 205 Live for a week or two. I want to see Travis Banks and Hideo Itami go with each other.
With swords.
No, leave the swords out. I don't think they need swords. I
Yeah,
just want to see him and Hideo Itami go with each other. It'll be unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, in this case, it was Travis Banks taking on Tyson T-Bone. Tyson, of course, accompanied to the ring by Jungle Jesus tag partner
Jungle Jesus.
Saxon Huxley. But yeah,
I like the way
unfortunately,
he's coming down in a Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat kind of ensemble as well now. It's like I've got 7 coats and sewn them together.
I think they're just the only colours that register in his brain. If it's not bright enough, it actually doesn't register in his brain. Anyway, yeah, so Travis Banks taking on Tyson T-Bone, and Jordan Devlin decides to come down and irritate Banksy, and take the
To
piss
no
out of
avail, actually, I
his
must
entrance.
point out as well.
Yeah, all he did was tick off Travis Banks and make him realise, you know what? That's an angry Kiwi buzzsaw.
Yeah. And then all Travis Banks did was go, "Oi, you're wearing my flag mask," and then turned around and booted Tyson T-Bone right in the mush. Win time.
Yeah. See this? This is you.
Yeah, him and Devin are going to have a great match.
Yeah.
That's going to be a great match because both of them are vicious as hell, flippy as hell, and kicky as hell.
The last half hour, basically, of the second show of NXT UK
6-man tag team madness.
built up for I don't know how goddamn long.
Tag team, tag team, tag team.
We finally get Gallus of the Coffee Boys. And
Madness.
Are you done?
I was trying to make it look like a promo.
Okay, fair enough. We finally get Gallus, which is the Coffee Boys and Wolfgang, going up against British Strong Style,
Madness.
which is basically Mustache Mountain and the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne.
Yeah. And it was so much fun. It was everything you'd expect would happen when you put 6 guys that love slapping the head off each other.
There was a spot at one point where Pete Dunne was just catching everybody out of the air.
Oh my god, it was unbelievable. It was
Wolfgang's in
brilliant.
the air, Mark Coffey's in the air.
He
Wolfgang's
got it-
in the
he
air,
got him in
Joe
a-
Coffey's in the air.
He got him in a Kimura from a Swanton Bomb, essentially, or what's it called, the Howling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he just, and what's worse is once he got out of it, then it was Mark Coffey went to do a splash, and basically Dunn just orientates and catches him and whoop and
Yeah.
locks into the armbar. And
Yeah. It was absolutely brilliant. It was really good.
there was a great spot where Trent Seven got booted out of the ring, and just his shoulder, I think he actually moved the barricade a little bit when he hit.
Oh, when I think it was Mark Coffey threw him into the steps.
I thought it was Wolfgang. No. When it's before that, it's actually what led to that. Wolfgang kicks him out of the ring first, and he lands, and his shoulder hits.
Yeah.
And then Mark Coffey Joe Coffey came around, grabbed onto him, slapped him into the steps, and then Pete Dunne is standing there going, "Oi, what are you doing?" So, you know what, steps, but don't. All right, then I won't.
Already did it.
Yeah, exactly. I already did it.
Already 8 steps, Petey.
Yeah, basically it was just a half hour of awesomeness.
Yeah.
Where all the lads got to pull out pretty much most of the spots.
The
that they
springy
used to
guy
do.
got to do the springy stuff. Trent Seven. Talk about it.
Oh, yeah,
He's
yeah.
a springy guy.
Relatively, I suppose, yeah.
He's pretty springy.
Yeah, he is.
He got to do springy stuff. Pete Dunne got to go full Pete Dunne.
Yeah.
The only thing he didn't do was a finger snap, I don't think. He went for it. I don't think he got it.
Yeah, they slipped out of it. But all in all, a really good show, and more importantly, really fantastic way of finishing things off and getting people hyped
Yeah.
for.
I'm salivating at the bit to see what happens with these guys now Saturday.
Yeah, actually, do you know what? We might as well. I'm just going to double check something. Yeah, we're good. Before we leave off, we're just going to briefly take a look at the NXT UK Takeover Blackpool card,
Yep.
which is 5 matches. It's only 5 matches, but they're awesome matches. Oh my god!
The fact that it's only 5 leads me to believe they're going to be belters.
Yeah. First up, we have the NXT Women's Championship match between Rhea Ripley and Toni Storm. They did a press conference during.
That press conference was very well done, by the way. Some of the questions from the crowd, though, were like, that could not be more staged.
I honestly had one bigger problem with it, and it seemed they did the press conference in the largest room with the smallest crowd possible.
There was that too. Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
No, it's just
there's 3 people in the
Tony,
front.
tell us why you're going to be really good if you manage to become the women's champion. And then they do that or whatever, and then it's like, Rhea, many accusations have come through, leading us to believe that people seem to all think that you are just a Tony Storm ripoff. What do you have to say in relation to that?
I'll
And
rip
then
your
it's-
arm off.
yeah, like literally, it's just like nobody would ask that question in real life. Nobody would be, like that would be the type of thing that her manager would be like, as the journos are walking in the door, but like, you know the thing where your one said that she's ripping off somebody, just no, none of that, or you would leave.
After it was to the NXT Women's Championship match was where Rhea Ripley and Toni Storm faced last, wasn't it?
Yeah, where she broke her back,
She didn't break her back, but
or she tried to break her back.
she did. Yeah, there was a spot. It was a severe spot, and the rest of the match worked out from it. I often wonder. Sometimes,
Was the spot out? Was the end of the match out of necessity more so than?
much like what happened with Rhea Ripley during the Mae Young Classic tournament against Tegan Knox. No, I'm not taking anything away from Rhea Ripley in any way, shape, or form
You saying she's
whatsoever.
murdering people legit? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I am saying that circumstance have fallen on her side in a couple of ways that I think have been fortuitous for her career so far. Not taking anything away
Hashtag
from
facebreaker.
that's going to be detrimental to Nia Jax's career. I think when Stone Cold Becky Lynch finally gets her fragging hands on her. But anyway, yeah. So you break a face now as she slams her hand repeatedly in a car door.
Yeah. Break it, break it, break it, break it. Hashtag handbreaker.
Break it like Becky. Snap. Anyway, getting back to the point at hand. No, it's one of those. Rhea Ripley, once again, fantastic wrestler, and she does deserve to be where she is. It's just
Beefcake. Fucking goddamn beefcake.
she has bulked up since her first year in Mae Young Classic. I fully
Girl's
admit
got guns.
she'd break me in half, and I'd probably thank her for it. But anyway, the point is, there has been a couple of instances where you can kind of go, maybe necessity is the reason that some stuff happened. But anyway,
Yeah.
I do think it's going to be a great match. I do think it's going to be hard hitting and violent as frag.
If it's as good as the first match they had, it's going to be great. Because the first match, that championship match was on freaking believable.
Once again, I do think that it could have been better, or there could have been maybe more to it, if not for
Back.
yeah. So let's hope that this time maybe we get to see the match that we could have got last time, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Up next, like we were saying earlier, Mustache Mountain versus Grizzled Young Veterans, which would be the tag team of Zach Gibson and James
Yeah.
Drake, to determine the UK Tag Team Championship. And yeah, on one hand, it's almost a oh crap, we're running out of time. On one hand, it's almost a given. On the other hand, we can kind of think that maybe it should be Mustache, or it should be Grizzled Young Veterans.
A lot of people would say that it should be Mustache Mountain because they've been the pinnacle of English tag team wrestling for quite some time.
Yeah.
Also, very quickly, want to say before we go, there's a really good Nigel McGuinness documentary on after Takeover, documenting his whole career.
Yeah, I saw that. That looks really good. I might
Yeah,
take a
I'd
look at it. Okay, we really do have to quickly. Okay, the other matches are Pete Dunne versus Joe Coffey for the championship.
Gonna be
which is
amazing.
Fucking awesome. Dave Mastiff versus Eddie Dennis.
Gonna be
No
amazing.
Disqualification match.
Oh my god, even better.
I think Mastiff's going to kill Dennis, but anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
And finally, Travis Bank versus Jordan Devlin in a singles match, which I think
If you like people seeing kick people,
I feel it's going to break down really, really quickly into like detrimental violence of all sorts.
yeah, I hope so.
Anyway, that's us for this week. We should be back same wrestling time, same wrestling channel next week.
Yep.
As always, I'd like to thank everyone for listening in. My special thanks to Limerick City Community Radio, your city, your station, your voice, your willingness to let us come in and do this. If you want more of us, you can check us out Sunday nights on the Gorecast.
Where
which
we
goes
talk
out
about horror instead of wrestling. Well, we also talk about wrestling.
depending. There's also podcasts of Kayfabe OrDie, which
We'll be next Tuesday where we'll be talking about, I'm sure, NXT TakeOver and things like that.
Okay, and hopefully I haven't forgotten anything as I bid you all adieu. I might have accidentally said that repeatedly, but it worked out, so screw it. I'm the Giz
I'll
saying,
just say goodbye.
yeah, I'm the Giz saying bye-bye, Johnny.
Bye.
And to play us out, here's a bit of music from Gallus, because we think they may or may not rule on NXT UK. See you next week. Bye.
You should have just let my home lead it into the song.
Maybe I should have. I really didn't realise it was only 57 minutes. Like, I was
Sorry. Glad we didn't do fucking Wrestle Kingdom now, aren't you?
yeah. Oh no.
You can listen to the theme tune somewhere else. Wave goodbye, guys.
Goodbye, guys.